Hey, it's Monique. So today I just want to talk about my review of Death Note, the new movie that's on Netflix right now that's supposed to be after the anime called Death Note. So if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button as well, or visit me on YouNow. So basically, I want to talk about Death Note, the new movie. I actually found the movie to be really good, but it wasn't really similar to the anime. Overall, I thought the Death Note movie was really good, but there were some like weird parts of the movie. Like, it's a brand new movie, yet it's like set in, now in the US, and like the music, the theme songs and everything, they're not like new music. It's like music from the 1980s. Like, one of the songs was like Take My Breath Away from like Top Gun. I was like, okay. Death Note is like one of my favorite animes because it's got a really good backstory. It's this story about like a teenage guy who's just wandering outside one day and he sees this book and he picks it up and it's like a journal, but he reads through it and realizes that, hey, if I write down somebody's name and if I think of their face at the same time, then I can kill them by writing in this book. So it's like a weird kind of story, but it's kind of also like, cool in a way. But like the new movie, it's kind of like they tried to stay to the story of Death Note, but they forgot like you have to tell people certain things. Like, you can't just introduce a character and not have the story behind what they are. Like, so a couple things that I really liked about Death Note, the new movie, was that there were some awesome characters. Like, the character of L was really, really, really cool. And Willem Dafoe, I think, played Ryuk, the Shinigami. I think it's the Shinigami, that's what he's called. The kind of like demon thing from another world who comes to Earth. He looked exactly like the character from the anime, like 7 feet tall with weird spiky outfit and creepy eyes and giant mouth with teeth and all that. Looked really, really cool. So like the cinematography and all of that was really neat too. It kind of gave the story like a dark and mysterious kind of feel. But then the one thing that was weird, like I said, like they put the characters into the movie right away without introducing them, kind of. So like one good example is Ryuk. You don't know where Ryuk is from. And they kind of make it seem like Ryuk is making Light do things when it's actually supposed to be Light that decides to do it on his own, because he's supposed to be this cool and calm and sinister young guy who thinks it's okay to get rid of all the bad guys in the world by writing in this book, right? So they don't tell you where Ryuk is from, and they don't tell you the reason why Ryuk is eating the apples. And that's another thing. They got rid of the characters of Light's mom and his little sister. So you don't know that in the first episode, I think, of the anime, his mom says like the neighbor brought them apples, a big container of apples, and she puts it in his room. And Ryuk appears to him in his room and he's eating the apples. So that's where the apple eating comes from. But another thing is, like in the movie, Light is like a wuss. He's like afraid of everything. He's always screaming and yelling and stuff and running around. And like in the anime, he's like this calm and cool and sophisticated person and everything. And he's not afraid of anything either. He wants to get rid of all the bad guys in the world. So one of my last criticisms about Death Note, the movie, is that it was so gory. It kind of reminded me of watching Final Destination, that movie where people, they were supposed to die on an airplane or something, and they get killed off as the movie goes. That was like exactly what it reminded me of. So there was so much blood and guts and everything, but if you watch the original anime, there's hardly any blood and guts. A lot of the people that Light ends in the anime are like killed through a heart attack. or they're sudden and it's unexpected and they don't know, and that's what makes the mystery of who Kira is. So, and that's one thing that didn't really make a lot of sense with the new movie. They moved it out of Japan, so it's no longer in Japan, it's in like the US. So what was the whole point of having the Japanese connection to it if it's in the US, right? Why did they change like part of the language to Japanese if the whole thing, the setting is in a different place, right? And why do they still call him Kira if you're not going to speak in Japanese? And like Kira, it just sounds like killer, right? But in Japanese, right? So I don't know, I just thought that part was a little bit weird. They tried to tie in the old movie with the new one, and it's kind of like, you know, it didn't make sense. So, and it kind of seemed almost like a teenage romance slash murder homicide movie, and the anime was like really smooth and cool and had a really good plot and everything. So all in all, I like the movie. You should watch it on Netflix. It's really cool, but I don't think that it was really too much like the anime. The characters, the main characters of the family are different. And another thing was, because they took it out of Japan and put it into the United States to kind of cater to North American audiences, it kind of like lost the story. People were talking about it before it even came out because they knew that it was going to be in the United States and not in Japan, and they knew that the characters would be Caucasian and not Japanese. So I think that a lot of people were against the movie even before it came out. It was really kind of a cool twist on the story of Death Note. So if you like this review and if you like any of my other videos, go hit the subscribe button below and like one of my videos. Bye!